At first glance, this looks like any other charming European town, right? But it's hiding this incredible secret. A secret that cuts right through, well, everything. A simple walk down the street here can literally be an international trip. We're going to unpack the amazing geographic puzzle that is Baarle.
So look at this. This isn't your typical border out at the edge of town. No, this border is, well, it's everywhere. You see these little metal markers and white crosses on the ground? That's the line between Belgium and the Netherlands. And it just slices right through streets, parks, and yeah, even right through buildings. Take this liquor store. It has 2 addresses, 2 phone numbers. It's literally operating in 2 countries at the exact same time. Wild, right? And it's not just for businesses, you know? This is a reality for people's homes. One resident actually said, "When my wife is cooking, she's in Belgium, and when we eat, it's here, and that's Holland." Can you imagine? Just sitting down for dinner means you're crossing an international border? Absolutely incredible.
So officially, this is the town of Baarle, but even though it feels like one single community, it's technically 2 separate municipalities. The parts that are in the Netherlands, that's Baarle-Nassau, and the Belgian parts are called Baarle-Hertog. Okay, so this whole crazy setup has given Baarle a very unique title, the world capital of enclaves. To really get what that means, we've got to unpack this whole geographic puzzle. All right, the key word here, the one you need to know, is enclave. So what is an enclave? It's actually pretty simple. It's just a piece of one country that's totally, completely surrounded by another country. And let me tell you, Baarle is just full of them.
And we're not talking about just 1 or 2 little plots of land here. No, it's more like a crazy jigsaw puzzle of countries. Just look at this map. You see all those dark gray spots? Every single one of them is Belgian territory, but they're all floating in a sea of light gray, which is the Netherlands.
The scale of this is just, it's mind-boggling. We're talking about 22 separate Belgian enclaves, all scattered around inside this one Dutch town.
But wait, it gets even weirder. The puzzle goes another layer deep. Because inside some of those Belgian enclaves, there are 7 Dutch counter-enclaves. Yeah, you heard that right. It's like a geographic turducken, pieces of the Netherlands inside pieces of Belgium, which are themselves inside the Netherlands. So let's put this into perspective for a second. In the entire world, there are about 64 internationally recognized enclaves, and almost half of them, are right here in this one little town. So when we say it's the world capital of enclaves, we are not kidding. So you've got to be wondering, how on earth did this happen? Well, a situation this complicated definitely doesn't happen by accident. To figure it out, we have to travel way back in time, more than 800 years actually. The whole thing started way back in 1198 with a land dispute between a couple of nobles, but instead of just drawing a straight line, they got creative. They divided up the land based on who was loyal to whom. Fast forward a few centuries to 1648, and these old feudal lands started to become actual national territories. Then, finally, after Belgium became its own country, the Treaty of Maastricht in 1843 made this medieval patchwork quilt of land into the official international borders that are still there today. Okay, so that's the history, but what's it actually like to live in this legal and administrative maze? Let's take a look at what daily life is really like when you're living on the line. Well, for starters, it means you get 2 of, well, everything. Seriously. Baarle has 2 mayors, 2 town halls, 2 police forces, and 2 fire stations. 2 post offices, you get the picture. It's one community, but it has 2 complete sets of public services running right next to each other. So how do you even figure out which country you officially live in? It's actually kind of wild. It all comes down to something called the front door rule. Yep, your nationality, where you pay your taxes, which laws you follow, it's all decided by which country your front door is in. And this has led to some pretty crazy stories of people literally moving their front door to the other side of their house just to get a better tax rate or some other legal perk. Living here means you have to be constantly aware of this web of different rules that can change, like from one step to the next. For example, in the Netherlands, the drinking age for beer is 18, but you can literally walk across the street into Belgium and suddenly it's 16. Or fireworks. The Dutch only allow you to buy them a few days a year, but in Belgium, go for it. They're available all year long. You can see how this creates all kinds of interesting economic situations. And because of all this, the locals have become total experts at what they call playing the border. It makes sense, right? Groceries are cheaper in the Netherlands because of the taxes, so that's where most of the supermarkets are.
But hey, taxes on things like tobacco and liquor are way lower in Belgium, so those shops are all packed into the Belgian parts of town. It's this daily dance of hopping across the border to get the best deal on everything. For hundreds of years, this crazy border was mostly just a charming, quirky feature of the town. But then the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and suddenly that charming line became a source of real, serious tension. The Dutch mayor, Marianne de Hoon-Violenturf, even said it created a painful polarization in their community.
So what was the problem? Well, Belgium and the Netherlands had totally different lockdown rules, and this led to some truly absurd situations. I mean, you had shops that were literally on the border, and they had to put tape down the middle. The Belgian side was forced to close, while the Dutch side could stay open for business. That invisible line on the pavement, it suddenly became a very real, very frustrating wall. You know, what happened in Baarle, especially during the pandemic, really makes you step back and ask some bigger questions. This town isn't just a quirky tourist spot. It's like a real-world experiment, a sovereignty laboratory, if you will. But here's the thing. Despite all the challenges, people often point to Baarle as this amazing example of cooperation. Because when you look past all the lines on the map, the people who live here, they share one identity. They call themselves Baarlenaars. And the only reason this town functions at all is because of their deep, everyday commitment to making this frankly impossible situation work. And you can see this cooperation in really practical ways. Things like water and sewer systems, it's all one shared network, and they just split the costs. The police forces from both countries, they share a single building. And get this, in a move that's just wonderfully pragmatic, the interrogation room in that station is left intentionally unmarked. It's a neutral zone, so either the Dutch or the Belgian police can use it to do their job. When you really look at it, Baarle shows us that borders are so much more than just lines on a map. They're complex, they're negotiated, and sometimes they're pretty absurd social ideas. The very existence of this town proves that even the most tangled, complicated boundaries can work, but only through human cooperation. And that really makes you think, doesn't it? If a border can be this complicated, and yet people can make it this cooperative, what do borders truly represent anyway?